everyone, in this video I'm going to show you guys how to fix your cracked blush or eyeshadow, and it's very simple. You don't need too many things. You can do it right at home for a very affordable price. So if you're interested in how to do that, then keep watching. So here's all the stuff that you need before you start. Like I said, there's not really much. First you need a piece of fabric, so anything like an old t-shirt, just cut out a little piece. Then you need an old credit card. I'm just using my old Sephora gift card that has nothing on it, of course. You also need a plastic knife. This is just to kind of crush up and make the cracked blush into even more fine particles. And you also need isopropyl alcohol. You can use 70%, but it's even better if you get the higher concentration, like the 91%, because it'll actually dry faster and evaporate faster. But yeah, that's about it, and let's just get started. Guys, I'm doing this on a piece of paper because it can get very messy, so you want to make sure you have something underneath. You don't want it to like get all over your desk or table or anything. So basically what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take the cracked blush and I'm just gonna crush it up even more, and you just basically want to get it into like a fine powder. And I know it looks like you're completely destroying the product, but this is what you need to do in order to fix it, and you'll see at the end it's actually not ruining the product. But you are going to lose some product when you crush it up, because it's going to get all over the place. But don't worry about that, because you know it's just inevitable that you're going to lose some product. And you know, if I weren't fixing this, I'd probably throw it away. So saving a little bit is better than throwing away all of it. Just keep crushing it until you get it to a fine powder. Alright guys, so I went ahead and I crushed up the blush into a very fine powder. Hopefully you can see that here. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take the alcohol. I already poured some into the cap, and I'm going to go ahead and slowly pour it on top of the crushed blush. And you want to be careful. You don't want to add too much, or else it's going to take a really long time to dry. But if you do add too much, it's not really a big deal, because it's not going to ruin your eyeshadow. It's just going to take longer to dry. So you basically just want to cover, make sure all particles are slightly damp, and I guess one capful wasn't enough, so I'm going to go ahead and pour a little bit more. And again, the alcohol does not ruin the eyeshadow or the blush, sorry. I just did an eyeshadow, so I'm saying eyeshadow, but this is blush. There you go. So then after you pour the alcohol onto it, you're going to use your plastic knife and kind of mix it up so it's like a mushy consistency. It's going to look a little bit like wet mud, and it looks really gross, but don't worry, once it dries and once you flatten it, it kind of like looks better. See, it looks really nasty right now. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. Kind of gross, but just keep mixing it up, and if needed you can add a little bit more alcohol so it's easier to mix up. If it's too dry, it kind of gets a little bit messy and it's harder to mix, but I went ahead and added a little bit more alcohol. And basically what you do is you just keep mixing it until you get a liquidy, muddy consistency. I'm almost done here. I'm just smoothing out the top. Just be very careful with when you're spreading it out. But basically you just use your knife, turn it, you know, however you need to, and just spread the blush out. And it doesn't have to be perfect, because we're going to go ahead and press it to make it look neater. But here we go. This is what it looks like so far. You can see that it's not very even and it looks kind of messy. Now you can leave it like this and let it dry, but what I like to do is use the piece of fabric and the credit card. You may need to cut it to make it fit a little bit better, so I'm going to go ahead and like cut it a little bit. So now it's a little bit smaller and it's a little bit more fitting to the size of the compact. And what you do is you go ahead and take the old credit card, you wrap it in the fabric. So basically what the fabric is going to do is going to suck up some of the alcohol and help it dry faster, and it's also going to press it to make it look a little bit nicer. So you can just, you know, hold it like this, just like that. You don't need to like tie it or anything, but just make sure it's tight, and you're just gonna go ahead and press down on it. So just go ahead and press down on it. You may need to do this a few times, but one time's enough. And as you can see, not a lot of product came off onto the cloth, which is great. So you're not really losing too much product. So here it is. It's a little bit damp, but that's about it. And this is what the blush looks like. So look at it, it looks a lot neater. And then you can like clean the sides if you want, just to make it look neater. And then you let it sit for a few hours or overnight, and there you go, your blush is finished and it's not cracked and totally usable again. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's it guys, super simple and super easy, and this is what the blush looks like now. So totally awesome, because if a blush is cracked all crazy like that, you probably would throw it away, but you can save it. So awesome. So if you have any questions for me, then please leave me a comment below, or you can tweet me, whatever you want to do, and I'll try to get back to you. And thanks for watching guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.